All right, so you're queued up, ready to go, Josh? All right. Well, I want to switch over. I want to switch over to the intro bullshit, and then the movie starts. So be ready to play it. You got your finger on the trigger, Josh? All right, don't do that. Hold on. Intro. Here we go. And movie.
Hello, and welcome to Bloodfest, the podcast, the live stream of us talking while George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead plays. Is that too much of a title for this?
No, that's beautiful.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Now, here's an important thing I don't know if I can do. There we go. That's better. So, I'm pretty sure that everybody who might be joining us has probably seen George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead at least once, if not many times. So I'm not going to worry about, not spoiling the movie. You guys think that's fair?
Yeah.
I think by this point, everybody has seen this. I mean, ultimately, this is the movie that popularized the whole zombie genre. I mean, if it wasn't for this film, who knows
We
what
would
the
have
whole
Fox News.
who knows what the whole zombie genre would be like today if we even had it.
So fascinatingly, this is something not everyone knows. Obviously, zombies were around in culture and zombies were around in literature and movies prior to this. But something zombies never did was eat people. That was Romero and Russo's idea. When they decided that they were going to have reanimated dead be the bad guy in their movie, they sat around and they kind of threw about what's like the scariest thing they could do to you. And it's like, oh, cannibalism. Cannibalism's the most scary thing. So Romero and Russo invented the idea that zombies eat people. That had just never happened before.
Yeah, it just really it put zombies into a scary perspective. And today, when you think of zombies, you think of the Romero version of it.
Exactly, you do. And you think of specifically his universe, the all of the rules of his universe, which live on through like Walking Dead now. They take exactly the Romero idea. These shambling, reanimated dead that attack and eat people, and that it's not in a lot of other people's ideas of zombies being bitten by a zombie spread the zombie disease. But in Romero's universe, it just dying. Any way you die, you will come back. So it's like if it's a disease, everyone's already infected, which I think is fascinating.
I think it'd be really cool to go to the cemetery where this was filmed.
So all of this was filmed in and around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where most of Romero's films were filmed. So Romero and John Russo, that co-wrote this, they both worked for a company in Pittsburgh that made commercials and industrial films, which is kind of how they learned to make movies. And Romero is a big booster of his city. He most of his films have been filmed in and around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and often with local people as the actors. I mean, obviously, Night, they had no money and they were just trying to do this, so everybody in it was a local. A lot of people in it actually worked with them in some way at their day jobs. But if you go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you can kind of do like a Romero tour where you can see filming locations from like 80% of his movies. Did you know that, Josh?
I was watching a movie I've never seen before.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
All right, time to completely spoil this to Josh.
All right. So Barbara's brother here is just one creepy motherfucker, don't you think? I mean, yeah, he's fucking with her and all, but he's otherwise, just look at him.
Yeah, if he was in any more of the movie, he would probably end up being a bad guy.
Yeah, he definitely has villain written all over.
He wears leather driving gloves, and if I've learned anything from watching Giallo, it's that you cannot trust a man with gloves.
Yep.
That's why I never trust Freddy Krueger.
Well, he only wears one, so you can trust him half the time.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
That's clearly the reason, yeah.
I wonder what happened to the
So,
one from
I was saying before that zombies weren't cannibals and were very different before this. They're actually, it's interesting to watch earlier zombie movies like White Zombie, generally, or King of the Zombies. Generally, they were voodoo zombies, right? So they were brought back through voodoo magic. And they were pitiable characters often. I think my favorite pre-Romero zombie movie is King of the Zombies. And for anyone who hears this and thinks, oh, well, maybe I'll watch King of the Zombies, I'm going to warn you right up front. It is filled to the brim with good old-fashioned family racism. I mean, it is rough. But other than that, it's well made, it's kind of funny, and I don't think the filmmakers meant to do it, but the main black character in it is actually ends up being the hero of it. He's the only person in it who has any sense at all. Everybody else is like, what, the dead are rising from the grave? Well, Heidi, we'd better do something. And he's the only one that goes, fucking zombies, screw you, I'm out.
Kind of like this movie.
Yeah.
It was from right over there.
Yeah, so, the character that Dwayne Jones plays in the screenplay was actually not written to be black. The race wasn't mentioned, and Romero cast him simply because he was far and away the best actor who wanted the role. And having chosen a black actor for it kind of colors everything about the film. It changes subtext. So Romero did not initially, and Russo did not initially think of a civil rights subtext for the story, and yet everybody reads that into it. And of course, I believe in the death of the author theory of criticism and analysis. So it really doesn't matter to me what Romero and Russo intended. It matters what analysis the audience gets out of it. So
yeah.
Did these actors though? Did they ever go on to play any other roles in other movies?
So Dwayne Jones, I believe, had a fairly long career, but then died fairly young. You know what? I will look that up real quick because I
know the lady who plays Barbara. She's still alive because she goes to a lot of conventions.
Yeah, so Dwayne Jones was in... he had various roles between 1968 and about 1989, but then he died. He died at age 51.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he died quite young of a heart attack, I believe.
Damn.
Judith O'Dea, I know I've seen her in something else. So she actually has been, her most recent thing was in 2017. So it looks like she was in Night of the Living Dead. About a decade later, she was in a TV movie called The Pirate. And then nothing until 2003.
I'm pretty sure Josh is a huge fan of pirates.
Between 2003 and 2017, she's been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 10 things.
So not too many.
No.
Obviously, most notable as Barbara. That's probably her most notable role.
Let's see some of the other people. So... Marilyn Eastman was in 4 movies. She was in an episode of Perry Mason. She was in Night of the Living Dead. She was in House Guest and something called Santa Claus in 96. So no, not much of a career, honestly.
Isn't Santa Claus a Tim Allen movie? I didn't realize
I have no clue.
I didn't realize she was in that.
So this gets pretty terrifying pretty quickly. God, I'm trying to imagine. So I saw this movie for the first time probably in the 1980s when I was a kid. I'm trying to imagine what it was like for an audience in 1968.
Terrifying.
There had been nothing like this.
No,
it's almost...
It's kind of up there with, like, The Exorcist. I mean, there's nothing like it. Of course, The Exorcist came out much later, but still kind of same level. It's just the audience wasn't ready for something like this.
You know, and I'm sure whoever's listening probably already knows.
Frank.
Romero made almost no money off this. Romero and Russo made almost no money off this because it became public domain basically the instant it was released due to a screw up by the distributor.
Which is awful.
Yeah. But, so it probably found a wider audience because it was public domain, so theaters that might never have considered playing it, played it because they could do so basically for free. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if it helped it in the long run, but it may have.
Yeah, in the long run, definitely. Because you can buy it at like any dollar store.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, now
Well,
with the other movies.
TV stations play it much more frequently than you would assumed.
Now with the other movies.
TV stations play it much more frequently than you would assumed. Okay, now I'm just watching the movie. TV stations play it much more frequently than you would What the hell? It's hard not to just sit and watch. I mean, what the hell? It's hard not to just sit and watch. I mean, so okay, so since we're not actually doing commentary here, we're just watching the movie, I'll ask you guys some questions. So, have any of you seen the remake that was directed by Tom Savini?
Watched it once, though I can't recall much about it. I watched it probably, mid to late 90s.
Is that the one from 1990?
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
The one with Tony Todd in it? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that got made because some company was going to do a remake of it, a big budget remake, and Romero didn't want that to happen, so he figured the best way to piss on their fire was to get a remake out faster that he'd be attached to, even though he had no interest in directing it. So he called up his buddy Tom Savini and said, "You've always wanted to direct a movie, haven't you?" And so that's how that happened.
It's worth watching, but I don't need it.
No, I actually rather enjoy it.
That's how that happened.
It's got some interesting touches.
It's worth watching, but it's got Bill Moseley in it too, doesn't it? Or am I thinking of a different one?
No, I think that's right. So it's been quite a while since the last time I saw it. But yeah, I do believe Bill Moseley's in it.
It's got Bill Moseley in it too, doesn't it? Or am I thinking of a different one?
Speaking of classics of the silver screen, while we're doing this, my wife's in the other room watching Rob Zombie's The Munsters.
I'm sorry.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but it's got Richard Brake in it.
We just talked about him. I was rewatching the podcast earlier this afternoon, and yeah, apparently when he shows up, all shit breaks loose.
Yeah, somebody's gonna fucking die. You know it.
Well, maybe not in the Munsters. Careers will probably die.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I say that without even watching it. I'm just being a troll.
You troll.
I'm of the opinion that at this point Rob Zombie just makes movies specifically to let me know that his wife is hot.
She is pretty hot.
Forgot.
I'm telling you, yeah, Sherry Moon is, yeah. Is Casey's not taking part, but is he on here watching us, listening to us? What's going on there?
Oh, probably not. Him and his wife are out and about.
Well, but he just commented.
Did he?
Yeah.
Don't worry about him, I can handle it.
Zombie!
We'll get a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
Zombie attack!
Oh, yeah, he said he's in the car.
Oh, okay.
Is there a key?
Oh, my apologies. He says he's on the car.
on the car.
Yeah, he said he's on the car.
Oh, he's going to a
Yeah.
casino.
Little cool out for him to be on the car. It'd probably be a better ride if he was actually inside the car.
Okay, I love the way Dwayne Jones walks into this situation, and he is like instantly the man in charge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you would follow. She's gonna follow him. You would just follow him. I mean, you just met the dude. He plays this so well. He's
Good
just
thing he's
like,
not
yeah.
Jim Jones.
This
That
is
could have
but
gone south.
seriously.
By
I
the
follow
way,
Dwayne Jones.
since Casey is not participating in the commentary, he just provided a message he wants out to the viewers. He has finally overcame his herpes and he's made a full recovery.
Oh, good. We'd all been hoping so hard for that. Okay, so that corpse is an amazingly fuck you gory effect for 1968.
Oh yeah.
And something else for 1968, look at how fluid these camera movements are. I mean, Steadicam did not exist at the time. I don't think there's any way they had the money for a big dolly and rail system. But look at how smooth these camera movements are.
Interesting. Did you know we have captions on Facebook? I didn't know captions were automatically generated.
It's not captioning the movie, but it is captioning us, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think there's still some audio issues piping into I don't know.
Why?
Can still hear it, but it's good.
Well, so
it's all good. It's recording though.
What the hell is on top of this? That's a refrigerator, right? That's like a 60s refrigerator. What the hell's on top of this thing? Is this some sort of space thing? Is that thing going into space?
I don't know, Casey. If you're still watching, how's the movie sound?
Have you seen any more?
Also, I love that the zombies, they're like, fuck it, we'll fuck up this car, then they'll get a ticket. Smash that tail light, and then some southern sheriff's gonna pull them over. Oh, by the way, the Facebook instant subtitles, when I say fuck it, it
censored it.
It censors me. Yeah, it redacts it.
Son of a bitch.
Fun. There you go.
Oh. There we go. Smash. Oh, that's so good. Casey says we're loud enough. So that's
I think there's a little more tweaking. So if anybody's never, so we pipe everything through what's called OBS Studio, which it's a great program. It's a freeware, open source, but there's just a lot of settings. So there's a lot to learn, and I'm still in the learning phase. So I think the audio is not 100%, but we'll get there.
So here's my question to you two. How old were you the first time you saw Night of the Living Dead?
Oh shit, I'd say
Romero's films that you saw.
9 or 10. I was really young when I saw Night of the Living Dead.
I think I was 13 or 14. My dad got a VHS, I think, from Walmart.
Fuck yeah, VHS.
Yeah, I was a teenager at the time.
You're old, dude. You were a teenager when VHS was around? Wow.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be fun. I want to go outside, and I'm keeping my wireless mic on me, and I'm going to have no clue what you guys are saying, but you'll be able to hear me.
Fantastic.
Standing. Okay, so you know what? I don't know. So Tom Savini was actually in Vietnam at this point. He did not take part in Night of the Living Dead because he got drafted and went off to Vietnam and was a combat photographer. Just like Joker in Full Metal Jacket, actually. So Savini wasn't here, so I don't actually know who did the effects here. The zombie makeup is obviously very, very early days. This would get noticeably better by the time Romero made Dawn and Day of the Dead and obviously Land of the Dead. But are we getting some echo there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to check on that. So anyway, I was just going to say that. Sorry, I got off track. Worried about the echo. So no, obviously the zombie makeup was not that great yet, but some of the gore effects are amazing. I'm wondering if this echo is because Joey went outside with his wife. And
God
maybe
damn it, Joey.
has his phone with him. What did he do to us?
He multiplied us.
Sorry, guys. The echo is for me. I have my phone with me. If you can actually hear me,
That's
I'm
what we
outside.
just said you had probably done to screw us up. Took your phone. Oh, hey, I can flip this sideways and put it like actually in a. Okay, never mind. This is better. Okay. So I love that the zombies are afraid of fire. That's also a Romero invention. Don't think we had seen that before.
So I have my phone on very low so I can hear you. Is this mic actually picking up pretty good out here?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. We can hear you fine. So one of my favorite things about
Awesome.
Romero's zombies is that there's never really an explanation. So we get something on the radio, tell of a comet or some such, but we never have a reason to believe that that's what caused it, right? He never feels Romero and Russo here, and then Romero on his own never feels like the audience has to be spoon fed. This is the reason that it happened. It's just something that happened, and we don't care why. We care about how people react to it. So this is really,
I don't ever really care why.
yeah. This is a character-driven movie. This is a movie. This is a humanist movie. It is a movie about people and what they would do in this extreme situation. And I think that's part of the genius of Romero too.
Well, for me, that's always the charm of a zombie movie. Anyway, you don't really worry about the zombies; it's who gets left. Like especially like Walking Dead, especially the first 3 seasons. You're paying attention to that, not what a zombie does. You want to see how people are reacting to it and who ends up being a dumb prick.
Oh my God! And this is something that Romero really did too. The zombies are never really the villain. To an extent, that's true of Night of the Living Dead, but that is very much going to become true by the time he makes Dawn of the Dead. In Dawn of the Dead, the zombies are only a problem for a while. They conquer the zombie problem, and they have a beautiful place to live and everything they need. And then those goddamn bikers show up and spoil everything.
Yep.
So Barbara here is very much shell-shocked, as they would say.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not a super subtle performance she's doing, but it is very effective.
Okay, I'm not doing that again. The cord on this wireless mic is like ridiculously long, like 20 feet long.
Okay.
Tripping all over it, getting caught in the door.
Well, don't do that.
These are nice. I won't have to get a shorter cord for this.
I love how much spare lumber they're able to find just around the house. I also love that she has antlers.
I wonder if that structure still exists today or if it's completely demolished.
You know who would know the answer to that?
You?
No, a good friend of mine named Google.
What the hell's that?
Somewhere you find titties.
I don't know. I'm going to go ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
For people under 40, there used to be a search engine called Ask Jeeves. And for people under 30, there used to be search engines other than Google.
Like Alta Vista.
Alta Vista, yeah, that was a good one. Dog pile. I remember I was using Netscape Navigator.
Oh, I still use it. little outdated, but it works.
So they do a pretty solid job here at nailing stuff up.
No, that's wrong. Here, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find.
So I was going to ask, do you guys
This room looks
know any interesting fun facts about Night of the Living Dead?
No, not really.
Every now and then I'll look something up, but then I immediately forget
Every
it.
now and then.
So all of the blood you see in this is actually chocolate syrup.
That makes sense. You couldn't do that today.
That was not groundbreaking. That's what Hitchcock used in Psycho.
BRB, LOL.
So the cemetery at the beginning, that's the Evans City Cemetery. I believe the reason they settled on that one is because it was basically in the middle of nowhere. They wouldn't have to worry about interrupting anyone or having people out there watching them.
I jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on.
Ah, okay.
I didn't see
So,
that at first.
you guys still there?
Yep.
I could just
Okay.
see that the truck
Nobody's
was
saying
moving
anything.
in a funny
Okay,
way.
so I looked it up. So
Those things were catching up to it.
hold on here. Let me check here.
Truck went
So the house in question is probably not standing anymore. They got to use it because the owner was getting ready to demolish it anyway.
I guess
Okay.
Yeah,
the
so
driver must have
it
cut
was
off the
probably
load.
torn down immediately after
Gas
the
station by Beekman's Diner.
the production was complete.
Went right through the billboard.
That's awful.
Ripped over a gas pump and never stopped moving. By now it's like a moving bonfire.
Is it though? Is it awful?
It's fantastic.
Didn't know if the truck was going to explode
Let's
or what.
flip flop at the turn of a dime.
Hold on, wait. We gotta. My audio's time traveling. What's that
This
mean?
thing is just backing.
Whenever it was all echoing and Joey was outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was my
I
fault.
looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me.
Mhm.
It was when I noticed that the entire
So I'm
place
gonna
had been
say,
deserted.
since we recently got a comment, and I do see we have people watching, we have not been blocked or shut down yet. So is this going to be only the second time we've been able to do this without getting a copyright strike?
Yeah, the very first time we did this, we were able to live stream an entire movie,
50 or
Yes,
which
and then
was
since
Silent
then-
Night, Deadly Night. Wasn't? Well, no.
standing there.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Silent Night, Deadly Night.
And then Last Man on Earth. We were able to do Last Man on Earth.
Did we, or did that one end up getting shut down?
No, that was the first one. That lasted the whole time. It was
Yeah, that-
Dementia and Carnival that got.
Carnival of Souls, we got shut down, and then I don't remember what we tried next. Boy, this is
Dementia
exciting
13.
for the audience at home.
Well, if they stay tuned, once the movie's over,
Through the air like
we'll give some little news, maybe a peek into what our next podcast will be like. And I have some exciting news about a project I'm working on here at home.
Johnny,
You're gonna tell people about the dungeon and the manacles for the hookers?
I'm going to confess. This has become my confession.
Johnny,
So,
and he said,
the dungeon is coming along really good.
Well, that's good.
Got the shackles up today. Gag balls coming in next
we didn't
week.
have any. And
You know, her hairstyle is terrible.
oh,
Almost looks like a
hot
wig.
here. Hot.
Yeah, it does look like a wig.
Looks like a wig that's like starting to come off partially.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, it's
She's a mousy little thing.
Why did we start so late?"
She's very pretty.
And I said,
Yeah, but
Johnny,
mousy.
if
There's
you'd
nothing
gotten
wrong
up
with that. What's the
earlier,
line from Who's Afraid
you
of
wouldn't
Virginia
be
Woolf?
worried."
His mouse was a wifey little thing.
Johnny asked me if
Mm.
I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man.
You know what I
started walking
wonder,
up the
though?
road. He came slowly.
How did this play in the
And Johnny
South
kept
in
teasing me and saying,
1968?
"He's
Probably
coming to
not
get
very
you,
well.
Barbara."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
So we are, how far into this are we? We're about 30 minutes into the movie.
And
Yeah.
And at this point, it is still effectively a two-hander, which is interesting when you think about it.
And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid.
He's doing a pretty good job of keeping it together. Because what he means is shut the hell up.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of what I was thinking at this point.
And Johnny didn't come.
Just shut up.
We thought
So, you know what's going to absolutely kill us tonight? Is someone going to say what?
What?
Hang it. Hey, what? Hellraiser dropped tonight on Hulu. So, like, everyone who should be interested in hearing the dumb shit we say is going to be watching Hellraiser.
I don't know. I like to think more people are interested in us than Hellraiser.
Yeah. What the hell is Hellraiser anyway? You guys ever heard of Hellraiser?
We're more
Wait a
interesting.
minute. But more people are interested in us than are interested in Hellraiser. So by that logic, 3 people are interested in Hellraiser.
Well, we all know Frank's.
Exactly.
Frank is watching.
Well, yeah. You won't untie him.
Bastard won't contribute still.
Well, that's true.
If you're not
That's
contributing, you're going to get shackled in my dungeon.
Boom! Bitch went down. Oh, God.
This is the point I throw her ass
That wasn't even
outside.
open-handed, was it? That was like full fist.
No, he straight up punched her.
She got owned. Okay.
But then he put her on the soft couch, so
Well, at least that was nice of him.
that's nice, yeah. Normally, after I cold cock someone, I try to lie them on something soft, make sure they're comfortable.
I appreciate when you do that to me.
Yeah. Well, okay, but cold cocked has a different definition.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is even now developing. This radio station will remain on
Wasn't a fist
Good old
fight.
cold cock.
This station
Welcome
and
to
hundreds
our
of other
world,
radio and
everybody.
TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup. to keep
Like
you
what you're
informed of all
hearing?
developments.
Come and hear
At
more
this hour,
every
these
week.
are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass
Like what you're hearing? What the fuck is wrong with you?
unidentified assassins. The murders are
Tonight's
taking place in
episode
villages,
brought to you by our latest sponsor, Oscar Myers Cold Cocks. When you want your top not too hot.
We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as
Is he
being
nailing up the staircase? What the hell?
That's what I thought whenever that first, just that angle's weird, but I guess he's doing a door.
Well,
so at this
okay, so not to get too film snooty, but actually the composition of that shot was a very Kurosawa-esque composition. So we're looking at the world sort of at an angle through a triangle shape, and there are repeating triangle shapes, which is something you see over and over in Ron and Seven Samurai and Yojimbo and many of Kurosawa's films. So I'm going to assume that Romero was studying the Japanese cinema before he I'm just pulling it out my ass. Never mind.
You just completely gave up.
staying in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to
Now, this is actually an interesting thing he does here. I would not personally think to set the furniture on fire.
Thousands of office and factory workers
I always think about setting the furniture on fire.
not to make any
Well, I
attempt
mean,
to get to their homes.
only when I'm in
In
it.
spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time.
Oh,
Joey, you're in
yeah.
an office building.
Yeah, I know. I'm working late tonight.
The hell? Oh, you figured out how to make that work. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just
I was
received word that
so there should be a good joke to be made there, but I'd need to know like the slogan for like Lazy Boy or something, you know?
There's this thing called Google.
Son of
That
a
came
bitch.
full circle.
Or do you prefer Ask Jeeves?
Gopher.
Gopher.
Web crawler.
latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
Google Spiders got all my cookies.
Conference, which we just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Still out, man. I think she's got a glass jaw.
This is just one of those movies that even, as old as this movie is, it still stands up today. Like, it's still one of the greatest classics.
Oh, dude, we've all seen it many times, and
Oh,
yet
millions of times.
I'll stop talking because we're watching the damn movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of the greatest films in history. Of course, George Romero, he's a genius. He's brilliant.
The Bicycle Thieves, Vertigo, Citizen Kane, Night of the Living Dead. None of you are going to react to that. All right. Fine.
No, I'm grabbing something here.
Joey doesn't know what
I bet you are.
Kane's bicycle? What the fuck is that? Win.
The cat is literally looking at your video and growling, Nate. What the hell?
Not a big Romero fan, huh?
No, she's growling at Nate because she sees his face.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, you can see my face?
The top part.
Oh, I didn't know I was on camera.
You've been on camera the whole time.
I have?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How do I see what I look like? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's been like the top part of your face the whole time.
You fucking nerd.
All right, now can you see me?
I see Joey, but he was talking, so I only get the one window. So like if it's, yeah, if he's talking, it shows up.
All right,
I think you're gone.
No.
Oh, there you are.
Nope.
There I am. I didn't
You're wearing
know I
a
was on
tank top.
camera.
Good
That's
thing
good
Nate's.
thing pants back on.
I was gonna say, good thing Nate wasn't naked this whole time.
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
I mean, you don't want me to turn this phone around?
This would have ended
Night
up
of the
on
Naked
YouPorn.
Uh-oh, I think we froze up.
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
Oh, no, there we go. Okay, for a second there.
We have the gun and bullets, food and the radio. Sooner or later, someone bound to come and get us out.
So,
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
one of our listeners, Bear Charger, is commenting, and he says that he's only into the dungeon shit if there are dragons.
Oh, I've got
And
dragons.
Dragons or Tom Hanks.
Dragging these balls across your face.
What?
Everything is all right.
Dude, I'm gonna turn you into Bofa.
To reinforce the windows and doors later.
Both of these
But
nuts.
you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
All right. Nope, that's right. We got a gun.
partially
Important to have a
devoured by their
gun.
murderers.
So now I've never seen this before. I assume this movie has a happy ending. These two end up together. They fall in love, run off to an island somewhere, something like that.
Well, you're half right. They end up together in hell.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that's better than most islands. Have you ever been to Turks and Caicos?
Oh, I go there yearly.
I don't think I've ever heard it before.
Consistent reports from witnesses
Have you ever
to
been to the
affected
Caymans?
people who acted as though they
Oh,
were
every
in a
year.
trance, were killing and eating their victims, prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are
That's
eating
the
flesh
smart way to move a
of the
body.
people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly.
Oh, hey, we're getting subtitles for the actual movie now.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, the radio broadcast.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, I did not expect that to happen. The killers are eating.
Probably because
the
we shut up
flesh.
for a minute.
What?
I said it's probably because we shut up for a minute. He was like, it's got to
No.
pull captions from something.
So, in
Yeah,
other
okay.
words, Josh is saying we talk too much.
Nope, not enough. We've had
Exactly.
way too much quiet time.
Oh, and because we didn't have enough bad guys in this movie, here's this asshole.
Yeah. God, this fucker.
It's like moment after moment of just shitty things.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was
Look at
going on?
him.
Could have been those things.
It's like
for all we knew.
something went wrong with Don Knotts.
Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody.
I think Don Knotts should have been in this movie.
What's going on from down there? We thought
Yeah,
we
honestly,
knew
yeah, he'd bring some depth.
For all we knew, that could have meant those
I think that would have been brilliant.
Come up and help.
Well, if there were more, the racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was
So-
going on?
Now wait a minute. You just got finished.
Okay, so that dude looks like Harlan Ellison, but like if something went dreadfully wrong with Harlan Ellison.
Right now, you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a
Nobody's
chance. We
gonna,
got a
okay.
safe place.
I have
Hey,
no
Google.
clue who that is.
And you're telling us
Hey,
that
Alexa.
we're
Half of
alive just
Harlan
because
Ellison,
somebody
he's
might
one of
be
the
out.
greatest writers of all time.
Oh, yeah, I agree. He is.
Yeah,
We came out,
absolutely.
okay, we're here.
A Boy and His Dog,
I suggest we
Oh, I
made
love
into
that book.
a great film starring Don Johnson, directed by L.Q. Jones.
Oh, fantastic movie.
Joey, you would actually love that movie. It's a post-apocalyptic thing, and the young guy and his dog, he's got a telepathic dog, and they end up finding basically a society living underground that takes him in. They want to use him to breed more people because their men are all becoming infertile, but the women aren't. It's got some cannibalism. It's got some good stuff in it.
With all of us
Interesting.
working, we can fix this place up
Yeah,
in no time.
yeah.
We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us.
And you know, it's probably just like the dream of a lot of people. Just it's here after the apocalypse, and this society needs me to have sex with all of their women. So
I would wonder, this is such a huge cult classic that's always going to hold up for the rest of eternity. Like, what were these actors paid for these roles back in those days?
So these guys probably got paid next to nothing.
I would imagine most of them back in that time.
Well, okay, in Hollywood, people got paid. I mean, it was by 1968, people got rich acting. But there was scale because there were unions. There was scale, and nobody got below scale. But this was not a union set. This was not professionals in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, PA. Most of these people were doing it either just because it would be fun to do, or because it was a favor for Romero, or because they worked with him. So I doubt if any of them got paid much, and they might have all had the promise of, oh, when we make money, you'll get a cut of the profits. And then, of course, there were no profits.
That would suck.
It's not the only time it's happened.
No, there's a huge list of public domain movies that fell through the cracks.
Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
His haircut is really the bad guy. That bowl cut there. And his tie. What the fuck is going on with his tie?
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were.
Pretty sure at one time when I was a kid, I had a haircut like that.
Was that that was the group Madness out there, I think. They're getting ready to do Our House. Nice. Yeah. So there's something to be said for, well, again, oh my God, again, the shooting through triangles, the repeated triangle shapes. That is fascinating composition. The Dutched angle here, look how that at an odd angle we're looking at. That actually, considering that Romero and Russo had done commercials and industrial films up to this point, it is amazing that the quality and the depth of his composition. I mean, Romero just had an innate talent for this, a painter's eye, I guess you'd say. Hey, tug on that gun, baby. Yep. Down he goes.
Here comes the zombies. Comes the Calvert. Oh, nice ass.
Yeah. Yeah, zombie nudity. That's what we all came here for.
All right, I'll be back.
So I have the Criterion Collection 4K of this now, but I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I'm curious what it's going to look like on 4K. I mean, this was 16 millimeter, so you don't have a high quality image to begin with, right? So is 4K really going to? Is it going to bring out flaws in the image, or is it going to improve it? And God, I hope they don't do that thing where they take out all of the film grain. I hate that.
I would think that you're going to see more flaws than good with it. I can't imagine a movie like this, how good it would look in 4K. Then again, I could be completely wrong.
That hot zombie ass is going to look fine.
That's the only scene I want to see in 4K is a zombie ass. I got the Criterion version of this from Casey, but it's not the 4K, it's just Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But sexy slip, I love it.
So yeah, it's Criterion does a nice presentation on their movies. They always do.
I think I have 3 or 4 different versions of Night of the Living Dead that all have different artwork, different slips. It's amazing how many different versions of it. The movie's the same, but they just different releases with the art and stuff.
Yep.
Judy, come on up here.
You know, this is the longest the bald guy has gone between meeting someone and getting punched.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, baby. What you doing?
If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's
Yeah, definitely.
run to up here.
Definitely want to get into that basement as quick as you can.
All 3 of us were working together.
Hey, kid. He's wrong,
So,
I'm not boxing myself in down there.
Romero did 6 of the Dead films, right?
Safe now.
Like Evil Dead, Day of the Dead.
What about Tom and Jerry?
You are in. Okay, stop that. Night of the Living Dead.
What are you talking about? Oh, Donna, yeah.
Okay, so stick with me. It's important. Night of the Living
I'm
Dead.
watching a movie.
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead, right? So those are his two trilogies of the Dead films. My question, and I will ask Josh first and then Joey, if you were going to rank them best to worst, what's your ranking, Josh?
I don't even think I've seen half of those. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have an answer offhand. That would actually be a good episode of the podcast.
Did you say best to worst or worst to best?
Best to worst.
Best to worst. Probably have to go. Probably dawn, day, night, and then land. And then I haven't seen any of the other ones.
God damn it!
Son of a bitch.
I may have seen Diary, but I don't think I liked it.
No, because I was going to hear you two both do your very conventional rankings, and then I was going to come in and go, ha ha, you know nothing. It's dawn, day, night, land, survival, diary.
Oh, I agree 100% with you. That's how I'd rank them.
I don't even know if you've seen them.
I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a lot of them. But to be fair, it's also been a long time since I've seen them too.
So Romero and Russo had a major falling out after this and stopped being friends anymore. And I think there was a lawsuit at some point. And what Russo got out of it was the rights to Living Dead. The words Living Dead, right? So Romero made Night of the Living Dead, and then Romero was just of the dead in his other movies because he couldn't use Living Dead anymore. So then Russo wasn't able to make a movie on his own because he didn't have the talent, but he got Dan O'Bannon and put Dan O'Bannon to work, and they made Return of the Living Dead, which is a sequel to Night of the Living Dead, but a sequel to a version of the events that were different, right? If you've seen it in that film, the film Night of the Living Dead exists, but it's not quite true, right? And so it's a sequel to the true story, which I find fascinating. And it's also fascinating that that O'Bannon leaned hard into the humor.
Nothing's going to get done with them down there.
Yeah, it's definitely more humorous than the Dead movies.
I'm trying to think if I've even... So there's two movies here. Diary of the Dead, I'm not sure if I've ever seen that.
But there's the found footage style.
If I have, it'd been a long-ass time. But another one I'm not sure if I've ever even seen is The Crazies.
That's not a zombie film.
Not a zombie film, but it is a George Romero.
It's very interesting. So there's a military plane crash, and a biological weapon gets spilled and gets into the town's water supply. And the effect it has on people is basically what it does really is it takes away all of their inhibitions. And so a lot of people get very, very violent. Although other people aren't violent, other people, just want to fuck. But it's an interesting film, and Romero gets some serious social commentary in on it.
Her brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
How about the Night of the Living Dead with Captain Spaulding in it?
Yeah, that's
2006. That was a 3D, wasn't it?
Yes, that's the 3D one.
I don't know if I've never seen that. I don't think
I have not seen it either.
I'll have to look for that and add it to my watch.
Which one was that?
Night of the Living Dead 3D.
Oh yeah, I got a copy of that at Big Lots for like $3. He's in it for like 20 seconds.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, but it's an entertaining 20 seconds.
No, well, shit the bed.
It's not very good, but you could at least watch it to say you watched it.
No,
And I could be completely wrong. So
Harry's wife.
Wait a minute.
BRB, LOL.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here.
Wait a minute. Is Barbara afraid of fire? Wait, is Barbara a zombie?
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows.
I don't know. I think this
I can't
guy's
see a damn thing.
collar is trying to escape from his neck. I don't know.
That's how much good these windows are.
Okay, point of personal annoyance.
Why don't you do
Why is his
something to
tie
help
clip at his
somebody?
waist? It should be between the second and third button.
Here I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's
I mean, why would you do that? What sense does that even make?
well, nothing this guy does makes any sense. We already knew that.
I don't want anyone's life on
Oh,
the
hey,
line.
they got a TV.
Anything I can do.
I wonder if Mr. Ed's on. They check and see if
You
Mr. Ed's on.
from me, and that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think we're imagining?
Oh,
all
look,
this?
Cleveland's playing.
Parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is
Did
being
did
committed
Joey
by
die?
who feast upon the
R.I.P.
flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were
actually, I don't know.
understandably frightened and almost incoherent.
That guy's coming to tell us that the Russians are behind it.
At first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims
Is that-
bore out the fact that they had been
Is that-
partially devoured.
Is there a recorder next to the TV?
Some late word of just arriving and interrupt to bring this
That's just the arm of the chair.
This is the latest
Oh,
disclosure
okay.
in a
Does
Never
look like it though.
National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington.
That's upsetting.
It has been established that
How'd those
persons
guys
who
get in that
recently
little box
died
anyway?
have been returning to life.
That's
and
a
committing
different
acts
movie
of
for a different
murder.
time.
Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the
So,
unburied dead are coming
Romero's
back to life
next
and seeking
film
human
after Night of the
bodies.
Living Dead was
It's
anyone?
us here to
Anyone?
believe
Anyone
what
know?
we tell you, but
Amusement
it does
park?
seem to be a fact.
No, that would be a little
When
bit
this
later.
emergency first began,
Nope.
radio
No
and
idea.
television was advising
There's
people to stay
always
inside,
vanilla.
behind locked
Ah.
doors for safety. Well, that
I've
situation
heard of
is
that
now
one, but I don't know anything about it.
where
I've never seen it. Romero didn't write it. He was a director for hire.
machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen.
So what are your favorite Romero films, Josh?
Well, of course these, and then the Crazies, and that might be all that I can remember.
So for me, Dawn of the Dead and Martin are a tie for first
There's
place.
a pump out by the shed.
I know that's why I pulled in here, but
I
Martin-
don't, yeah, I don't know Martin.
Martin is wonderful. Martin, played by John Amplis, is either a 100-year-old vampire or a psychotic 16-year-old boy.
Like
And
it is.
it's kind of up to you to determine which. He may be a young boy who's broken by his crazy family, or he may be a vampire. Either way, he's very dangerous.
Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it.
Tom Savini's got an interesting role in it.
Be somehow responsible for the wholesale murder
Contains one of my favorite lines of dialogue of all time.
Don Quinn in Washington.
It's
Those questions.
there's no real magic,
Get over to that pump.
no real magic ever. It only seems like there is.
Regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Just a minute. I'm not sure that.
So the general or whatever there looks very confused. How did I get here?
Radiation is not the cause of the
That mustache is impressive, though. Good mustache to you, sir.
That could have fought off the zombies who just used
Damn
it right.
right.
That
mustache.
I would put that
With
mustache on the same level as Ron Jeremy's.
Why do you always? It doesn't matter what we're talking about. You bring up Ron Jeremy.
He's
I mean,
a
it doesn't matter.
legend.
You could be talking
Because
about
Ron Jeremy brings him up.
which I had, and you bring up Ron Jeremy. You could be talking about the that slaughter in Malaysia. You bring up Ron Jeremy. It doesn't matter. It's just always going to be Ron Jeremy.
He's
What, am I
legendary.
not good enough for you, Joey?
Ron Jeremy
Am I not-
has everybody beat.
Will there be a reply for this later? Yes. There will be a reply. Yes. Later this afternoon.
So anyway, since Casey's not here on the feed tonight, I guess this would be a good time to let everyone know that he has been fully cleared of the charges. There was no truth to it at all. There's no evidence, none, that he killed and ate those Girl Scouts.
I was really worried there for a hot minute.
Yeah, I know. When the accusations started flying,
Oh, it was horrible.
they found in his basement.
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs.
Seriously, what's going on with this guy's
Then
hair?
those other people came. They went down into the basement and put a bar across.
Pretty sure he cut that with a Flowbee or something.
Possibly get away from here.
Do you know George Clooney uses one of those?
Are you shitting me?
He said in an interview, he said when he was first in Hollywood and he was poor, just scraping by, haircuts were too expensive, so he got one of those Flowbees and would do his own hair with it, and he got pretty good at using it. So when he's not, it's still to this day, when he's not on a movie and has professional people doing his hair, he just pulls out his Flowbee, gives himself a quick cut.
Interesting.
How bad has your kid been hurt? Look, you go down
I
there
know
and tell
horrible things about Popil's pocket fishermen, but I will never reveal them.
stay with the kid, all right?
I signed an NDA.
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated.
Can you guys hear that dog barking?
No, I didn't.
Nope.
Okay, good. Good.
But it opened its eyes and tried to move.
So I think one of the most interesting to me Romero films is Bruiser, which I've only ever seen once, and I can't find it on physical media. I absolutely cannot locate it. I'm sorry, that's not true. I think I located a DVD, but it was it wasn't a North America region. It was a European release, and I don't have a region-free DVD player anywhere. So
on DVD.
DVD. And I think it was also ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, I heard like 15 seconds of it whenever we thought that maybe it was going to be a Vinegar Syndrome release, and I got excited because it looks really cool. But
yeah, crazy.
But yeah, now I don't know anything about it again.
No, I think an underrated Romero film is The Dark Half. I don't think that gets talked about enough. Based on the Stephen King novel.
I was going to ask, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. Yeah, with Timothy Hutton in it.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene.
Yeah, that's good. I don't usually like him, I don't think, but that
was okay, the other lady here, not Barbara, does she look a little bit like Italian actress, 60s, I'm blanking on her name.
That's right. Better be this door. It's closer to the truck.
Okay, just look at her next time she's on screen. Josh, you'll know who I'm talking about. Sophia Loren.
And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
Okay.
Take a look next time she's on screen.
I can handle the truck.
And hey, Joey, Sophia Loren was a famous actress. She was noted for being very, very attractive and also very talented.
We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door.
Who's that?
You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window.
Did you ever see Grumpy Old Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you would've seen him in that.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Why are you messaging us outside the Facebook page? What are you doing? What are you up to?
You just killed the mood. I was getting ready to sext.
What do you want, Joey? What do you want? Okay, now I'm missing the movie. Okay, hold on. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, and I agree. Yeah. The bald guy is just so happy he's got a black friend.
How can you smile like that all the time?
Well, that'll change.
How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right.
So here's...
As soon as we get
I froze up. I can't...
They might even be there.
There we go.
No,
For a second there, I couldn't see any of the movie. It's very upsetting.
Tom,
who's that chick? She's very pretty.
are you sure we're doing
That's
the right thing, Tom?
the one we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The television
Yeah.
said that's the right thing.
That's... Oh, wow. I
We got to
didn't
get
know
to
that
a
was
rescue
her.
station.
That's not
I don't
Sophia
know.
Loren.
Oh, it's not?
Are you paying
Why
attention
do
to
you
anything?
have to go out there?
Yeah, to the
I looked
movie.
at- I said that actress looks like, and then I lost the name for a minute, and then I got it a little bit like Sophia Loren. And then we explained to you who Sophia Loren was.
Well, and then I got turned on, and one thing led to another, and my pants are off.
You know what, dude? You know what? I'm a little upset. Just you're saying that, and it's going to remind me of something political. So Joe Biden pardoned all the pot smokers, but he did absolutely nothing for the millions of Americans stuck in horny jail.
Horny jail?
Horny jail.
The fuck does that even mean?
We've got to do
You just don't keep up with the way the young people talk.
No, and I don't want to.
I
NGL.
just don't want you to go
Oh.
out there, that's all.
Okay, but the young people, man, they're fire, right? No cap.
Hell lit,
FR.
fam.
It's lit, fam. On fleek.
Jesus. No, by the time I get like 2 phrases down, there's 18 more. They just fucking multiply, and I'm tired of it.
You sit out on your porch with a cane and yell at kids, "Get off my lawn!"
Yeah, they're all bonkers.
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
I'd go downstairs on it. Wait, what? Wrong show.
Just for a little while until we get back.
No, that's the other podcast, Joey. It's the other podcast.
I'd like to live. Yes.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by our sister podcast, Joey Goes Down on Houses. So I have actually been thinking about starting a second podcast.
About me?
No,
No.
I want to discuss
Porn?
philosophy in film.
That'd be too deep for me.
I want to talk about Camus' Myth of Sisyphus viewed through Groundhog Day. Or I want to talk about the reasons I believe Jason Voorhees is a deontologist. And I want to talk about so this fits in. I want to talk about the fact that I believe that George A. Romero in his Of the Dead films is taking a very strong stance on the mind-body problem.
You know what? I agree. Those are all words.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'll give you guys a reading list.
Well, that's going to be ignored.
We're not as philosophical as you are when it comes to movies.
Also, I want to do one episode where I talk about how Drago from Rocky III would definitely have beat Immanuel Kant to death. So, Say what you want about him, but he can make a Molotov.
Yeah, he has about 17 seconds of worthiness, and then just
Did
nothing.
you ever watch the show The Good Place?
Nope. I've
Don't
seen
think
memes.
so.
That's about it.
Okay, it's a great show. You should watch it. But the character of Jason at one point says, "But back home, whenever I had a problem, I'd just throw a Molotov cocktail, and boom, right away, I had a completely different problem."
Okay, that's pretty good.
I wonder where all these vehicles at are where they're at today. If they even exist still.
Well, one of them's going to be in pieces because I'm pretty sure they blow it up.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of them definitely doesn't exist. I just think about how cool that would be to actually own a prop from this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a vehicle or something.
I doubt much of it, survived or was saved. Because they didn't know they were making something that was going to be long-lasting, so...
And that is true. They probably thought back in the day when they filmed this that it was just going to be garbage. Or
so
not catch on.
When you see the zombies eating what looks like chunks of people, right? That is roast ham covered in chocolate syrup.
Interesting.
Which is completely edible, right? So they can just chow on it. But it's also like the most disgusting thing ever. And I can't remember who. One member of the cast said that they shouldn't even have bothered doing zombie makeup because eating that made everyone so sick they all got pale and sweaty and looked dead anyway. So
damn.
Stupid ass bastard.
This is from the Thriller video. That's good thinking. That's good thinking. Shoot directly at the gas pump. And there goes the truck. Dumbass.
And we're dinner. Oh, I thought that happened sooner than that.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen. So, I mean, this builds up some serious fucking tension at this point. What the hell's that button? Okay, I didn't even know I could do that. That's crazy. So, shoot him. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the zombies are going to look so much better by the time Romero gets to Dawn of the Dead, and a big part of that's going to be Tom Savini, quite frankly.
Well, and I'd imagine by that point he probably had a better budget for special effects and makeup.
Yeah. Yes, the budget started getting somewhat bigger. Of course, until Land of the Dead, Romero never had a big budget, ever. Interestingly, on Day of the Dead, he could have gotten a much larger budget. So his screenplay for Day of the Dead was huge. It was epic. And what becomes the movie of Day of the Dead was basically the first half of that screenplay. And he had an offer of the financing he needed to make the movie he wanted to make, but they had one requirement of him. He had to turn in an R-rated movie, and he said no.
Interesting.
So he walked away from the big money because he wasn't going to sacrifice what he wanted to do, what he wanted to accomplish. He wasn't going to let them tell him, nope, you have to do an R-rated movie. Because he knew when he does what he does, it's an X rating. I always used to say it's not a real Romero movie until the intestines come out.
Definitely gotta have the intestines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. There's nothing better than when someone gets disemboweled on screen.
I love when that happens to me.
Oh, man. Oh, disemboweling, yeah. Although, disemboweling sounds terrible, but emboweling sounds terrible, too.
That's even better.
Like getting extra bowels put in?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Why would you even do that?
Josh actually did that to me last time I went up to visit him.
What?
He fell asleep.
That's like as useless as a turducken.
What?
Just putting more meat inside of more meat.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So, I misheard you. So.
It happens.
I thought you said that's as useless as turd fucking.
Ugh, what the fuck is even that?
Turd fucking?
No, I was disturbed. So this is going to be the ham covered in chocolate syrup and stuff.
I am suddenly hungry.
So
turd fucking will do that to you.
In later Romero movies, I don't know if it's the case here, but later Romero movies, they would go to a butcher shop and they would get like actual like pig entrails. So when you'd see like somebody's guts, it was like actual pig guts they were using.
We don't have very
So
long to
that's
wait.
disgusting.
We can leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
What did I do?
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest
Barbara, poor Barbara.
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels to drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Oh, so I'm going to go walking because I've got to go take medicine. So.
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
So ignore the extraneous sounds.
Are you wearing a wife beater?
What's wrong?
It's just a tank top.
Yeah, wife beater.
So yes.
Very sexy.
Can't walk. She's too weak.
I don't know how to turn off the camera. You're not supposed to be able to see me.
But why are you wearing a pink one? Bright pink.
It's red, but I wear a lot of pink.
You have a car?
I probably have 8 or 10 pink shirts.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Just gonna take these intestines here real quick.
Okay. Doggies.
Good Lord.
Shush. Fido. Shush. Shush.
Being monitored closely by scientists
Go.
at all the radiation detection stations.
Nope. Stay back, Fido. Stay back, little lady.
Report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to
All right. We're not recording the video of us, are we?
No.
Oh, okay. Good. Because, I like, would have dressed properly and put myself in a room that looks nice. And
nope, this is audio only.
All right. Just making sure. So I took my
Viagra?
my medication. I took my medication that I have to take at night, and it's going to, in a while, make me dizzy, lightheaded, and then I'll be asleep. So.
Oh, sweet.
So, just to warn you guys.
That'd be so awesome. He falls asleep while we're live.
That would be awesome, actually. It wouldn't be the first time I've
We'll
done
just
something.
keep it live streaming, him snoring all night.
I don't snore.
That you know of.
I scream in my sleep sometimes, but I don't snore.
I sleepwalk.
Really?
Yeah, ask Josh.
Wait, what?
I sleepwalk.
Oh,
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
is-
Yeah, he
is-
does. And then he fucking denies it for weeks. And then he comes back and says, yeah, maybe
Well,
I
how
did.
can I admit to something I have no fucking clue I do?
Then wouldn't you believe other people who tell you?
No.
Yeah, if you Hulk smash through a bunch of fucking furniture and we tell you did it, why would you not believe us?
Because I
Why
was
would you lie about
asleep.
me like that?
We heard them making all kind of noise and we came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
Okay, so so back to the movie. So I want you to look at this guy. So I'm gonna go out to hunt zombies. That's what I'm gonna do. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put on a nice business suit and a jaunty little hat.
How long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
I mean, what the fuck is that about? Make sure your tie's perfect.
Are they slow moving?
You don't want the zombies to think you lack style. Well, honestly though, I'm gonna deduct points because he has no sprezzatura. None at all.
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into
I don't know
most
what that
of the
is.
night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way.
So it's like a little bit of like messiness on purpose.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan.
Like you twist your tie a little so the back blade sticks out a little. Something
Or
like
put your
that.
clip on wrong.
No. No. That man should be punished for his crimes.
BRB LOL.
LOL.
What the hell does that mean?
It's a Josh thing.
What the fuck does WTF mean? I stole that from what was the Peg and Frost and Wright World's End. I stole that line from the World's End.
I still have to see that. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, you haven't seen World's End? It's a good one. So I would rank those movies in this order: 1, Shaun of the Dead; 2, Hot Fuzz; 3, The World's End. That's the order I rank them in because that's the order they came out in. See, what's our runtime here? How much movie we have left? We're being asked. Hold on. What? 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, we got it's 14:05 and counting.
We have 14 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. That's okay. Yes, very near the end now. Very near the end.
Yeah, you're starting to see everybody unravel.
Yeah. This is where the paranoia and the fear really gets to everybody, and
Mr. Cooper is an asshole.
yes. Oh god, he's terrible. He is the villain.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's worse than any of the zombies.
We could have had a survival rate of at least 80% had it not been for him.
Yeah. Well, and Doofus catching the truck on fire.
Yeah, spraying gasoline directly on a fire never helps anybody.
Yeah. True.
You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the sucker. Get the sucker now. Move!
Well, I'm not going to say never helps anybody. There are times during war.
Well, yeah.
Right. Or that time in Detroit when I ran out of bus fare.
No.
What? I threw some gasoline on the fire and boom, right away I had a different problem.
Jesus.
So, Josh, are you paying attention to the chat at all?
Oh, I was.
All right.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, how much time we got left?
Yeah. Very exciting stuff. Look at poor Barbara. I think we see that one zombie, like the flat top zombie.
Mm-hmm.
I think him like a dozen times.
Yeah, he's in it quite a bit.
He's kind of the hero zombie, isn't he?
It's better than Mr. Cooper.
This is true. What the hell just happened? What that just happened?
What?
It just kicked me out of the page.
Strange.
Beyond strange. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. So this had to be the worst thing put on film prior to this movie. This little girl straight up stabbing over and over and over again, and so much chocolate syrup thrown everywhere.
Yeah.
Again, I wonder how many people walked out of theaters at that point.
Well, I mean, you're almost done anyway, so that's just kind of a waste.
True.
Was there much controversy over this movie back when it came out? I know there was over The Exorcist.
Yes. So, all right. So let's look it up. So let's just pull up my matter.
Here comes Johnny.
Let's see. Here's Johnny. Okay,
Johnny
let me
Carson.
see if I can find anything. Okay, so there is an entire section on Wikipedia on the Night of the Living Dead article called Premiere Controversy. So it opened in Pittsburgh. Nationally, it was shown as a Saturday afternoon matinee, which was typical for horror films at the time, and had an audience consisting of preteens and adolescents. So there was no MPAA rating system back then. This was one of the last films to be released without a rating. So kids were able to purchase tickets. Hold on here. So, according to Roger Ebert, the film affected audiences immediately. This is a quote. "The kids in the audience were stunned. There was almost complete silence. The movie had stopped being delightfully scary about halfway through and had become unexpectedly terrifying. There was a little girl across the aisle from me, maybe 9 years old, who was sitting very still in her seat and crying. It's hard to remember what sort of effect this movie might have had on you when you were 6 or 7, but try to remember. At that age, kids take the events on the screen seriously and they identify fiercely with the hero. When the hero is killed, spoiler alert, when the hero is killed, that's not an unhappy ending, but a tragic one. Nobody got out alive. It's just over, that's all." Let's see. Variety said that until the Supreme Court establishes clear-cut guidelines for the pornography of violence, Night of the Living Dead will serve nicely as an outer limit definition by example. One commentator asserts that the film garnered little attention from critics except to provoke argument about censoring its grisly scenes. So yeah, there was some controversy. Definitely some controversy. Oh no! Oh no! It's the black gloves. You know, I told you at the beginning. Giallo has taught me that when you see a man in black gloves, he's the bad guy. Somebody's gonna die. So I didn't think about. I knew audiences had visceral reactions to this movie, and it was incredibly shocking. But honestly, I'm glad I looked that up, because I didn't think about the fact that there was no one telling a 6-year-old that they couldn't buy a ticket to Night of the Living Dead in 1968. So yeah, I bet some kids got fucked up by that. Although, to be fair, I saw Jaws at the drive-in when I was 4 years old. So that completely destroyed me. I never recovered.
I think it was The Exorcist for me. I saw that. I was very young when I saw The Exorcist, and that scared the shit out of me.
So here you go. I've heard one person give the proper criticism of The Exorcist, and it was Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice, when he said, "I've seen The Exorcist a dozen times, and it just keeps getting funnier."
That's very proper.
I never found The Exorcist to be scary. It's very well made. It's good. I never found it to be scary.
When I was a kid, it's 10,
Now,
11 years old, it scared the ever-living shit out of me.
The Omen freaked me out. I will give you The Omen was a tough watch. Oh, look at the doggy. Oh, there's more doggies. Oh, look at the doggy. I don't think it's right. You shouldn't get these dogs out around zombies. It's not safe for the dogs.
We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm checking you off to see what's happening.
All right, Steve. Tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Wrong one of those. How do I do that? So, I think... So Casey's watching.
I thought he's supposed to be winning big at the casinos.
I don't know. There's just a thing that says Casey Ketchum is watching.
He probably lost it all in 30 seconds, and now he's sitting there crying and watching a podcast.
Are we? No, I won't do that, Joe. So, honestly, I went into this thinking, "Ooh, I'll make a bunch of jokes," but there's nothing really to make fun of here. I can talk about how I feel about it and my interpretations of it, and some behind-the-scenes stuff and some trivia stuff, but there's nothing to make fun of with this movie.
Not really, no. You'd have to stretch a little bit.
I can poke a little fun at the zombie makeup, but...
I mean, it was a well-done film of its time. I mean,
It deserves the praise it gets.
Yeah, I mean, it was a game changer for the whole zombie genre. And I mean, this is a very important film in, cinematic history. Like, you can't dog on this. You can't joke on this. Like, this is a very important movie in cinematic history.
Nick, Tony,
yeah.
Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here? All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, Vince, hit him in the head.
So, if we were going to suggest to people who like this film other zombie films that are not Romero that they definitely should see.
Hold on.
All right.
When I first saw this, it fucking wrecked me.
Oh my God, yes.
Sorry, I just wanted that without anything on top of it. Just, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You see this whole fucking film, you get a hero, and then I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Like,
And he
we
makes it.
watch movies like that now all the time. A24 makes them as a living. But
Yeah.
you never get a twist like that.
No. So it reminds me of, and it would be a little later. It would be in the 70s. There is a Peter Fonda movie called Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. Have you ever seen that?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'm gonna spoil it, so bear with me.
That's
So
fine.
it's about
I had time to watch it.
these people who pull a heist, and they're trying to get away, and there's 4 of them in the car. It's got a great line from Peter Fonda, and the line is, "Every bone in her crotch, that's what I'm gonna break."
Jesus.
It's a great line. But anyway, so they've got police scanners, the big deal. So they're monitoring the police radio, and they know where the roadblocks and stuff are. So they're doing a pretty good job evading the police. And it's a fun movie. And then you get to the end, and you get to the point where they realize they've done it. They've gotten away. They've made it. There's nobody on their tail anymore. And it's like, yeah, they made it. And instantly, the car gets hit by a train and explodes.
All right, and pause. All right. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So we're going to do things a little different. You're actually going to witness a live recording of what's going to be like a mini podcast. So this is, and we're kind of just doing this live. There may be some errors. I'm kind of just winging this as I go. So let's just kind of see what happens here. Cobra Kai is amazing. It gets better. Yes. Oh, never mind. No spoilers. Actually, I haven't watched much. I'm actually kind of working on a home project, transforming my living room basically into a home theater, and got a couple pictures here I'll show you. So I got a 120-inch projection screen bought off Amazon. It, it was roughly about 115 or so, but a really incredible projection screen. And there's so many different ones, and you look at different ones and you see bad reviews where the projection bleeds through and affects the quality of the image. And there was this one projection screen I just kept going back to, and the reviews were good, and I liked what I was reading, so I ended up getting that, and I got that projection screen on Wednesday. I got the sound system. I also ordered a sound system, and that came on, which I ordered all this last Saturday night, I believe. And so everything came in between Monday and Wednesday, so I kind of just been working on that, getting things set up, and the picture, which obviously the audio version, you're not going to see this, but our live stream from the movie we just played, Night of the Living Dead, we're still live streaming, and I have the picture up. And that's the front portion of my living room where I have the projection screen up. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not a handy person. I'm not creative. So I'm just kind of winging this as I go along. But then I'll switch it here, and I'll show you the back portion, which is where I have the recliners at, along with the projector. And like I said, we're doing this live, so this isn't going to be pretty. So this is the Yeah, I've been looking. I do plan on getting some blackout curtains for both the front and the back, because during the daytime you do get the sunlight bleeds through, even with the curtains I have on now. So I've been looking at some blackout curtains on Amazon, and there's some really good ones ranging between $20 and $40, just depending on what you want. And so that's my goal. Probably next week I'll get the blackout curtains ordered to replace the curtains on the front and the back. So the image you have up now, it's, right now I just have two recliners, which are kind of older, and then in between I have a stand that holds a subwoofer and a projector and Blu-ray player, and I have an aux cable that runs from from the projector to the sound system, which the sound bar is up underneath the projector. But kind of doing some neat things, I got some LED colored light bars I put up and did some rearranging with those today. And it's in a very dark environment at night when it's just those LED colored lights on the projector. It's a really cool environment. So, like I said, it's a work in progress. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not crafty. I'm not good at this stuff. So I'm just kind of winging it. And I do plan on replacing the recliners. I've been looking at some leather lounge chairs on Amazon for about $200. So eventually I'm going to get those replaced. So it's a work in progress. And so because of that, I really haven't watched a whole lot this week. Speak for yourself. Yeah, porn. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I'm really, I'm really excited about it. It's really cool, and I had to reorganize the whole living room, and there's a lot of stuff that I have to do still, and I just don't want to think about it because it makes me want to cry because there's still a lot I have to do, but it's getting there, and I'm very happy with the setup so far. We did it, so kind of light. I mean, I didn't really watch the movie, like pay attention to it, just tuned in and out because I was kind of setting things up, but kind of a test run we did Wednesday night was watch the movie The Shed. But I didn't really pay attention to it because I was kind of just adjusting everything. That was the night we put the projection screen up. So it seemed like a really good movie. I'll definitely have to go back and watch it again because it seemed really interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Really? Mm. No, I'm slowly realizing what a disaster this is going to be, like I expected. Hold on. All right. Well, I'm just realizing that again, like we're doing this live. This is a complete disaster. It is to be expected. But I'm just realizing. So OBS, you can create different scenes. So you have scenes, and then you have sources. So like when I do this, like I have a scene that's for the intro. and that just plays our intro. Then I have a scene for just our logo. That just plays the logo. Then I have a scene for the movie, which that scene just plays the movie. That's the source. And then a scene for the outro, blah, 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 blah. Well, to do the commentary, the way this works in OBS is so like for the movie, so I have the media source, which is a movie, but then I have an audio source, which we pipe in through Skype. What I just now realized as I'm flipping between these scenes is in order for our audio to continue piping in through from Skype, I have to add that audio source to each and every scene. So like when you were talking about Donald Pleasence and I had a picture up of him, I just hit me that as you were talking, your audio wasn't coming through because I didn't. Again, there's a lot to OBS. I'm not a pro by any means. So now, yeah, during the movie we had the audio. Now I'm back on the intro scene, which has our audio, I think. Well, maybe. Hold on.
I don't know. I'm going to say it does because it's generating subtitles on it. It's generating the subtitles of what we're both saying. So Facebook doing the.
Hold on. See, I knew this was going to be a clusterfuck, but that's okay. We're learning.
Okay, put up one of your pictures again.
So there we go.
Picture. I'm just curious.
So let me add another source, and this is going to be theater. So transform.
Okay, so I'm going to talk here, and I want to see if it generates any subtitles. So I'm going to talk here and see if it generates any subtitles. After a bit, I'll talk and see. Nope. Okay, so no. Wait, yes, it is.
Well, yeah, because right now the scene I'm on has the pictures that I have up. The picture I have up now, plus the application audio capture, which is. So now I just need to remember that going into the future that. For each of these scenes, I need to make sure to add the source that captures the audio from Skype. So it's a learning curve. It is what it is.
Okay,
we're not professionals.
Not yet.
we're getting there. But see, this is what the fun part is for the people who are still watching live. They can see how the behind-the-scenes stuff works.
Well, speaking of behind-the-scenes stuff, the medication I took is about to murder me, plus my phone is down to 12%. I'm going to do a sign-off with my catchphrase, hey, those aren't my pants. And I will see everyone at a time that isn't right now.
Yep. I hope everybody enjoyed Night of the Living Dead, watching it with us. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope to do more of this in the future. And we're already talking about Halloween special episode that we're going to kind of throw some ideas around. So stay tuned.
A fun episode. We were going to record it this weekend, but I think it's going to be next weekend when we record our Natural Enemies episode.
So, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Nate will still not be wearing pants.
I never wear pants. Hey, Joey, send me the files when you get them, and I'll take a look and see if we can put them up places.
Will do.